What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about smartphones of the year, Huawei's brand new Pura 80 Ultra. This is Huawei's latest flagship camera phone, and as always with the P series, the focus is heavily on photography and pushing the boundaries of mobile imaging technology. But is it just a gimmick, or is it a real step forward for smartphone cameras? And more importantly, does the overall phone live up to its premium price tag? Stick around because in this in-depth review, we're going to cover everything: design, screen, audio, software, performance, battery, charging, camera quality, video, and of course, whether this device is worth your money. Design and build 50. Let's start with the design and build. Right away, the Pura 80 Ultra makes a statement. It continues Huawei's tradition of creating bold, camera-centric flagships, and this year, they've given it a unique, standout design. The most striking element is without a doubt the huge triangular camera bump, which Huawei calls the forward symbol. It's instantly recognizable and sets this phone apart from the typical square or circular camera modules we see on other flagships. The back of the phone is made from glossy, slightly curved glass, giving it a luxurious mirror-like finish that definitely looks premium, but also attracts fingerprints. The frame is crafted from solid aluminum, which adds to the overall durability. At over 230 grams, this phone is on the heavier side, but that heft gives it a reassuring, solid feel in the hand. Huawei has also made big improvements in durability this time. The Pura 80 Ultra comes with IP68 certification for dust and water resistance, meaning it can handle accidental drops into water. But even more impressively, it also carries an IP69 rating, which means it can withstand high pressure and high temperature water jets. That's a level of protection we rarely see in smartphones, and it's a big plus if you value long-term durability. Display 205. Moving to the display, Huawei has equipped the phone with a 6.8-inch LTPO OLED panel. This is a high-resolution screen with a smooth 120Hz refresh rate, and it's protected by their second-generation Kunlun glass, also known as crystal armor glass. This makes it significantly tougher against scratches and drops compared to traditional Gorilla Glass. Visually, the screen looks excellent. It's sharp, vibrant, and nearly bezel-less, offering an immersive viewing experience whether you're watching movies, gaming, or just browsing. It supports 10-bit color depth, so gradients look very smooth, and there's also support for HDR Vivid, Huawei's own HDR standard used in China. Now, the refresh rate is adaptive thanks to LTPO technology, which means it can drop as low as 1 Hz to save battery when the screen is idle. However, during our tests, the built-in refresh rate counter didn't always show those extremely low numbers. Brightness is decent, but not class-leading. We measured around 600 nits with manual brightness and just above 1000 nits with auto boost outdoors. It's enough for sunny days, but when compared to rivals like the Galaxy S25 Ultra or Xiaomi 15 Ultra, which can go much higher, the Pura 80 Ultra is a bit behind. Audio, stereo speakers 315. Audio is another strong point. The phone comes with a set of stereo speakers. The top speaker has openings on both the top edge and the front, creating a fuller stereo effect. The loudness is impressive. In fact, it earned a very good rating in our audio tests. What's even better is the sound quality. It's rich, deep, and doesn't distort even at higher volumes. For watching videos or listening to music without headphones, this phone definitely delivers. Fingerprint and extra features. 350. One interesting change is the fingerprint scanner. Unlike the previous generation, which used an under-display sensor, Huawei has moved to a side-mounted fingerprint reader built into the power button. It works quickly and reliably, and there's an added bonus. You can assign shortcuts to this button. For example, double-tapping it could launch the flashlight or open a favorite app. And yes, for fans of old-school convenience, there's still an IR blaster on board, meaning you can use the Pura 80 Ultra as a universal remote to control TVs and appliances. Storage is also generous. The global version comes with 512GB onboard, though it isn't expandable via microSD. Software. EMUI 15 435. On the software side, the phone runs EMUI 15, which is built on top of Android 12. The interface hasn't changed much in recent years, so if you've used a Huawei phone before, it'll feel familiar. A signature feature here is cards. Long pressing an app icon brings up a quick set of functions without fully opening the app. However, as most of you know, Huawei phones still don't come with Google services. That means no Google Play Store, no Gmail app, no Google Maps by default. Instead, you rely on Huawei's App Gallery and Pedal Search to find apps. While you can get most popular apps, some niche ones might be missing. There are workarounds like Gbox, MicroG, or Aurora Store, which create a virtual environment that tricks apps into thinking the phone has Google Play services. This allows you to install and use many Google apps, but not everything will work perfectly. For example, Google Wallet, Android Auto, and some casting sharing features remain unavailable. Performance: Kirin 9020 535. Now let's talk performance. The Huawei Pura 80 Ultra is powered by the company's in-house Kirin 9020 chipset. This is currently their most advanced chip, but compared to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 or other flagship processors, it sits closer to the upper mid-range. In benchmarks, it lags behind the top competition, and while day-to-day performance is smooth, scrolling, switching apps, watching videos, when it comes to heavy gaming or long stress tests, the limitations become clear. Thermal management is another concern. During extended performance tests, the CPU throttled heavily, which can cause lag and frame drops in demanding tasks. Another drawback is the lack of 5G connectivity in global models, which might be a deal breaker if you want the fastest mobile internet speeds. Battery and charging. 630 battery life is decent, but not exceptional. The global version has a 5170 mAh battery, which sounds large on paper. However, in our real-world endurance tests, the phone lasted just under 12 hours of active use, which is only average for a phone of this size. Charging, on the other hand, is fantastic. With the included 100-watt charger, you can go from 0 to 80% in just 30 minutes, and a full charge takes around 42 minutes. There's also support for fast wireless charging and reverse wireless charging, so you can top up accessories like earbuds or even another phone. Cameras, the main highlight. Now let's get to the star of the show, the cameras. This is where the Pura 80 Ultra really shines. The main camera features a large 1-inch sensor with a variable aperture lens that can switch between f1.6 and f4.0. This allows you to control depth of field, wider aperture for blurred backgrounds, narrower aperture for keeping more of the scene in focus. The telephoto camera is groundbreaking. It actually switches between two optical lenses, one at 3.7x zoom and another at 9.4x zoom. This gives you incredible versatility. Plus, it has one of the largest sensors ever in a telephoto lens and even features sensor shift stabilization. There's also a 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera with autofocus, which doubles for macro photography. Daylight shots from the main cam are excellent, sharp detail, wide dynamic range, and natural colors. Portraits look fantastic too, with accurate skin tones and natural background blur. At night, the main camera continues to impress with great detail, balanced highlights, and pleasing colors. The 3.7 x telephoto lens captures excellent photos, even in low light, with accurate colors and plenty of detail. It can even focus as close as 12 centimeters, making it great for macro photography. At 10x zoom, the quality drops slightly, with images looking a bit processed, but still usable. The ultra-wide camera is solid, with good detail and nice color reproduction, though not class-leading in low light. Selfies are handled by a 13-megapixel front camera with autofocus, which performs very well, offering natural skin tones, wide dynamic range, and sharp detail. Video quality 920. For video, all cameras, including the selfie camera, can shoot up to 4K at 60 FPS. The results are good, but not outstanding compared to the best in the industry. Main camera footage has nice dynamic range and accurate colors, but detail isn't as sharp as what you'd get on some rivals. The telephoto video is solid at 3.7x, but the 10x option is digitally cropped, which reduces sharpness. The ultra-wide camera produces decent video as well, though again, not best in class. Low-light video from the main camera is excellent, with bright exposure and well-preserved detail. The telephoto also performs surprisingly well in dark conditions. The ultra-wide struggles more in low light, but the clips are still usable. Conclusion 1025. So what's the verdict on the Huawei Pura 80 Ultra? This is clearly a camera-focused flagship, and in that department, it delivers. The innovative dual-lens telephoto system, the large sensor main camera with variable aperture, and the overall photo quality make this one of the most exciting camera phones available today. Beyond that, it also offers premium build quality, top-tier water resistance, great speakers, very fast charging, and a smooth day-to-day user experience. However, it's not perfect. Performance is only mid-range, battery endurance could be better, and the lack of 5G, plus the absence of Google services, will be major drawbacks for many users. For people heavily invested in Google's ecosystem, this phone might feel limiting. But if your number one priority is smartphone photography, and you're okay living without Google apps or using workarounds, then the Huawei Pura 80 Ultra is a phone well worth considering. Alternatives 1110. Of course, there are alternatives. The Xiaomi 15 Ultra is another incredible camera phone with powerful hardware, and the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra remains one of the most versatile flagships on the market with the full Google experience. So what do you guys think? Would you pick the Huawei Pura 80 Ultra despite its limitations just for its cameras? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews,